What's up, guys? It's everyone's favorite Oregonian here. It's Killer B. Bringing you a tobacco review. This time it is of Fantasia Caramel Frappuccino. I've seen this at the local shops around Albany. It's really strange how many people are carrying Fantasia around here. Actually, more of them are carrying Fantasia than Starbuzz. I don't know if it's a distributor thing or what. I picked this up from my favorite local shop around here, as far as like within my own city. It's called High Tide Pipes and Tobacco. They're really cool people down there. Not that I would really expect any of you to stop in, seeing as how like the closest Tuca Pro member to me is like an hour away. Basically, I just got tired of all my tobaccos I have around here. None of them really sounded like anything I wanted to smoke, so I drove on down to High Tide, because I'm one of their most knowledgeable customers. I've gone in there and taught them a lot about hookahs, just telling them the difference between the things and what they should order and what they shouldn't order and blah 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 blah. So I went down there, picked this up, because I wanted to smoke a coffee flavor, and this is the only coffee flavor around here, really. The smell on it is kind of interesting. It's mostly a caramel flavor with a coffee in the background, and the flavor in the smoke is coming out very similar to that. As you saw at the beginning, the clouds are pretty decent. It's a wash tobacco, I believe. I don't really get much of a buzz from Fantasia products. I think that Fantasia actually gets a little bit of a bad rap from a lot of the Hookah Pro members. I personally am a pretty big fan of the product. It's even more spendy than Starbuzz when you come down to it, because it comes in a 200-gram container as not opposed to a 250, and it's roughly the same price for a 200 as it is for a 250 of Starbuzz, which is rather unfortunate. But hey, you gotta work with what you're given. So yeah, not much of a buzz in this stuff. The cut is really chopped up, not really leafy at all. It's pretty much entirely just little tiny itty bitty chunks, and it's super drenched in juices. My normal setup today, my 34-inch KM red double pair with a Vortex bowl up top, single layer of aluminum foil, 2 chronic hookah coals, and aluminum foil wind cover. It's a good setup for juicy tobaccos, because the Vortex bowl retains all the juices, as most of you probably know. The flavor on this is really similar to the smell. Getting a lot of the caramel, not a whole lot of the coffee, but it's definitely there on both accounts. It's not a really sweet tobacco, which is kind of nice, given that the premium tobaccos generally are really candied up and kind of too much so, really. It's just, I don't know. It's about right as far as the sweetness goes, but the flavor is much more subdued than the smell. That I would definitely change about this. In comparison to other coffee flavors I've smoked in the past, this is definitely better than our Waha coffee that I had. Definitely better than Starbuzz Irish Cream, but most certainly not even close to Hookah Irish Cream, which is so far my favorite coffee tobacco. I definitely recommend picking that up if you're into coffee flavors whatsoever. This stuff is I don't know. I can't decide how I feel about it, really. It's certainly smokable. I don't think I'm going to have any problem finishing off a little 50-gram pack, since I'm pretty sure it's only one more bowl. Get another puff in here. The flavor's coming out a little bit more the more I've spoken this. It's probably been going for almost 20 minutes now. I think it's really getting into its groove at this point. I think that at this point I can safely rate this numerically at about a 7. I would really like to see the flavor become a little bit more pronounced. That would be really nice. Maybe a little bit more coffee in there as well, just because it is supposed to be like a Frappuccino and not just straight caramel. It kind of reminds me of like maybe like a Werther's candy or something. I don't know. I guess I'll just throw in my little final words here. The review's kind of going on a little bit long, and I'm running out of things to say. So, hookahpro.com, big shout out to everyone on there. Because, you know, best hookah community on the web. And again, I'd like to thank everybody over at High Tide Pipes and Tobacco for supplying me with this here. Until next time, it's Killer B here signing off. I'm not going to say to keep smoking because everybody's...